Hello, or as some of you may prefer, I'm Mark Grimshaw, and to some of you I'm a stand-up comedian, to some of you I'm a prick on Twitter. I'm here today to talk to you about a little thing I got up to with a certain person named Dapper Laughs. You may be somewhat aware of Dapper Laughs. He's a former television star who was essentially kicked off of television when, at a live show, he said that a female audience member was gagging for a rape. He also, and this is a bit of a weirder one, he's also got banned from donating to the homeless charity Shelter after tweeting some derogatory things about a homeless woman. So that's the kind of guy Dapper Laughs is. He's the kind of bloke that's such a prick he's banned from donating to charity. Like, a charity has gone, no thanks mate, we don't want your money. Dapper Laughs recently announced that he's returning to stand-up, which was an interesting announcement, as no one ever really realised he did it in the first place. Now, I got up to a little thing with Dapper Laughs on Twitter the other day. If you saw it when it was on Twitter, you can skip to that time in this video, and you'll be able to skip to the stuff that's happened since the Twitter incident. If not, stay watching, and I'm going to go through the most interesting tweets, not all of them, because there were a lot. Also, I haven't learnt the tweets. I'm going to be reading them off the screen here. I haven't learnt them in the same way that Dapper Laughs hasn't learnt how to respect women. Dingoes. Now, it started when I saw a headline on the comedy news website Chortle, which read, Dapper Laughs to return to stand-up thanks to Ricky Gervais. So I tweeted a shit joke about it, which said, a lot of people criticise Derek, but I'd say this is definitely the worst thing Ricky Gervais has ever done. I made sure not to tag either Ricky or Dapper in that, because I know they quite like responding to negative tweets. So someone replied to that. Another comedian called Russell Bland replied to that, saying, I have a feeling that Dapper Laughs has confused the message Ricky Gervais delivers in his stand-up. Be a nice car crash to watch, though. He tagged Dapper in that. So Dapper Laughs saw that tweet and my tweet, and Dapper Laughs responded to Russell Bland. Tune in, buddy, I'll send you the ticket link. Alternatively, Google the last one, get some points on selling out 3 UK tours, making a DVD, film, and getting 35 million views, then come up with a better stand-up name as fitting as it is. So, at this point, I saw an opportunity to get involved, because I was really fucking bored that day. And I replied to Dapper saying, I really enjoy the irony of someone who has called themselves Dapper Laughs telling someone they need a better stand-up name. I'm fairly sure it's not his birth name. I know those in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, and I'm called Mark Grimshaw. But to be fair, I didn't pick that. That prick Nick has really devalued the name. Dapper replied to that, look at all the comedians getting the hump because I'm doing another tour. It's like I've turned up wearing the same dress as them at their birthday party. Now, I didn't think that was an appropriate metaphor, because I thought he could have just said honestly why comedians are getting the hump. So I pointed out to him that it's like him turning up at a gig despite his lack of any comedic ability. He didn't like that. He replied, look what I'm reading today from comedians. It's a sad day when your career highlights are based on a reply from Dapper Laughs. I replied, you have a high opinion of yourself for someone whose career highlight was begging for forgiveness on Newsnight. A whole load kicked off after that because he was doing it as quote tweets, so all of his fans saw it. He basically did it as he did fairly shite replies as a way of just making it so his fans would jump on. And they did. I'll tell you a couple of my favourite ones. Someone set up a poll asking if anyone has ever heard of Mark Grimshaw. The results of that are in, by the way. There were over 500 votes, and 25% of people said, yes, here are the results in a Dapper graph. Yes, a Dapper graph. I imagine that's a higher result than they were expecting, mainly because that's a higher result than I was expecting. I did get a lot of abusive tweets as well. I'll read you just some quotes from some of my favourites. Unfunny, nasty twat, nonce. I'm actually very grateful for all of those negative tweets because it has given me a name for my debut Edinburgh show, which is going to be Unfunny, Nasty Twat, Nonce. 3 stars from Chortle. If you want to read all of the stuff that kicked off, it's still on my Twitter feed, which you can see here. It's at Mark Grimshaw 16. I can't read a lot of them because a lot of people block me during that. including Dapper Laughs.
And I can take it on the chin, do you know what I mean? I'm a comedian.
But that wasn't the end of it. I thought I'd have a bit more fun with Dapper, so this is what happened since the Twitter incident. I have sent an email to Dapper Laughs' agent. Is that the right? I've sent an email to Dapper Laughs' agent asking to be the support act on his tour. The way I've tried to sell it to his agent is that it can help both of us. It can help me because it'll give me a career boost performing to all of his fans, and it will help them because if there's someone else performing, it'll mean they'll actually get away with selling it as a stand-up tour. That's not all I did though. I attached some things to it. I attached a link to my stand-up, saying here's an example of my stand-up if you want to see it. Here's a little clip of the link I sent them. I'll start by introducing myself. I'm Mark Grimshaw and I'm autistic. It's nice to be in a room with no windows because people normally expect me to lick the fuckers. I'll tell you a bit about how my autism affects me. I'm not going to be the strongest performer you see this evening. I'm not going to have the best delivery. Essentially, every other actor's like Royal Mail, just delivering the punchline straight to you. I'm going to be Yodel. I'm going to be chucking shit over your fence and hoping it lands safely. And that is as good as this is going to get. I do have a follow-up punchline to that joke, but unfortunately I'm unable to deliver it now. It should be with you in the next 3 to 5 working days. But then I added something extra. I added a link saying, unfortunately, those punchlines may be a little bit too smart for Dapper Laughs fans. So I have also sent you an alternative clip with an edited version of my set that's just made for Dapper Laughs fans. Here is a little clip of that alternative set. Oi oi! I'll start by introducing myself. I'm Mark Grimshaw and I'm autistic. She knows. I'll tell you a bit about how my autism affects me. Proper moist. I do have a follow-up punchline to that joke. She knows. In total, that set goes on for 10 whole minutes, and the entire video is me replacing all of my punchlines with either she knows or proper moist, the extent of a Dapper Laughs joke. I haven't had a reply to my request to be his support act, unfortunately, but I'll keep you updated. And I think that's basically everything that's happened. I imagine not much more is going to happen considering he's blocked me. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit like and subscribe and stuff. I'll post some things occasionally. I'll probably post more stand-up than this talking to camera kind of thing. If you like this, you can also tweet me. It's at Mark Grimshaw 16. If you didn't like this, you can also tweet me. Just don't block me when you shit yourself. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.